Yeah, so my name is Travis Webker. I got into the fire service when I was 31 years old, or around that time. I worked for the city of Johnston. I was one of the first 4 full-time hires in 2006, and after or during my cancer, I ended up retiring out in 2023. My actual diagnosis was acute promyelocytic leukemia, or APL as it's abbreviated. It was November 22nd. I went in for my routine work physical. They did some blood work. I got a call the next day. They said that they were not going to release me to go back to work again because my white blood cells were low. And that's when, at that point, I was then put into the hospital for 36 days. Telling my family and friends that was difficult. I think that immediately you go into telling your brothers and sisters, firefighters. They took care of me 100% on all aspects of it. Made sure that I was able to get to the hospital, to get to my appointments. The treatment for myself was a long treatment, and it was every day going into the hospital. So I knew that was going to be difficult for my family, and I was more concerned that I didn't want to put them through all of that. The difference between the general public and a firefighter when it comes to cancer, to me, when you're in the station, when you're around everything, you never get away from the carcinogens. They're always there. They're on your gear. It doesn't matter how many times you wash it. It doesn't matter, how much you clean the trucks. It's always there. You're moving those carcinogens around everywhere you go, and they're doing a very good job anymore about building stations that are better, that have these hot zones and cold zones and different areas, but you still can't get away from it. And imagine it's just every day that you're on shift, you're exposed to that for 24 hours. Johnston, we worked a 48-96 shift, so 2 days you'd be around that. I think that's where the fire service is different, and firefighters are different. Not only do you have the hazards of being injured in an extremely hazardous job, the silent killer, the silent stuff that's hitting at you every day is the carcinogens. Products are being made basically with oils anymore. All the plastics, and when you see houses and they catch on fire, it's not just the small amount of smoke or that wood type of smoke. Now it's a weird black and brown smokes, and that's all coming from petroleum products and just the manufacturing side of that. And why was mine covered and somebody else's not? My understanding is when the cancer presumption law was put into effect a number of years ago, they basically just said, okay, these are the cancers that we think are caused in the fire service, or these are the ones. And I think we found out that that's not the case. There's many different types of cancers, and every single one of them should be. Why should I have a brother or sister that does the same job year after year, and theirs isn't covered, but mine was? I honestly, it makes you feel horrible. That's the case, and that's why I am an advocate of, even though mine was covered, of full presumptive cancer for firefighters across the state. The fire service, like policing or any type of public safety, is dependent on the fact that you have to feel that you will be taken care of in the event that something bad happens to you, so you can do your job and support the public day after day. If you or your coworkers feel that you won't be covered, that they won't take care of you, it's impossible to do your job and serve the community. By having a cancer presumption bill go through and have full cancers across the board, that will allow firefighters to better serve the communities that these representatives have the constituents in.